day 36 of the life and times of Tim. Sounds like a Disney show. There's no way I'm using that as the title. Welcome to the vlog of a pretty chill white guy. Okay, we're gonna stick with that. We're gonna do that. Okay, two things. I'm gonna try to be quick. Chances are it's gonna go long. That's fine. First, Kathy Griffin and Stephen Colbert. Just a quick comment about both of those people and my big issue with it. Look, politically, whether I agree with you or disagree with you, I don't care. That's fine. I think you have every right to believe what you believe politically, and I don't think that someone should just get fired because they disagree with me, or that's no. But Stephen Colbert came out and said really awful, homophobic comment about Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin. Kathy Griffin comes out with a planned out, staged photo shoot of her holding the bloody head of our president. Right? Two really messed up things. And they both come out with a very similar response. And they say, Donald Trump was mean to me, so that's why I'm responding. I think Stephen Colbert was, part of his excuse was that Donald Trump had been mean to a friend of his. And Kathy Griffin was, well, he'd bullied me or his kids had done, I don't know. Try to make yourself the victim. And look, here's the thing. That is a terrible message to send to young people. Because what you really just said with those two situations is it is totally fine, or at very least it's excusable, for you to go say really awful, hurtful things, or even go so far as to do really, really disgusting, disturbing things, as long as the person it's targeted at was mean to you or mean to a friend. Then just go for it. Just go for it. That is a terrible message to send. Which is why I don't wish harm on Kathy Griffin, but part of me is glad that CNN chose to not work with her anymore, and glad to see that there are repercussions, because the response that she had was so awful. And Kathy Griffin come out and said, look, I was angry at Donald Trump for some things, and I let that anger push me to do something that is absolutely horrible. I should not have done that. I apologize to Barron Trump. No 11-year-old should have to see that with their parent. I apologize to everyone who saw that, who was offended, because it was really bad. It was the wrong way to express that. And while, I feel like Donald Trump has done and said some things that are terrible and awful, that does not excuse what I did, and I am truly sorry. If she'd come out and said something like that, I would have said, that's a pretty good apology. You know what? Even though what she did was really awful, okay, I at least seems like she gets it. There's a second chances story waiting there. So let's, okay. But no, that's not what happened. So just terrible message to send. Okay, second thing. Manchester, this coming together, this One Love Manchester, I think is what it's called, this concert that happened in Manchester. Absolutely beautiful. Very, very touching. I watched a couple of the parts of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I got to see parts of it, and I saw some of the online comments, and it's great to see stuff like that happen. It is really good to see. But I did want to make a comment, okay? And so let me finish this before you freak out, before you react to it. We currently seem to be in a situation where we are confusing a reaction and a response. Reaction to something terrible and a response to something terrible. Here's what I mean. The reaction to the bombing of Pearl Harbor, the reaction, just, oh my goodness, how do I react? Well, the United States didn't go, oh no, we shouldn't get into this. The United States said, oh, you don't do that. No way. The reaction was that you're not getting away with this. This is not happening. That is a reaction, okay? And I'm sure they also, there was grief over people that were lost and all of that. I know there was. and there was, you know, shock and outrage and all that, but that was the reaction. That wasn't the response. The response to Pearl Harbor was to declare war and then go and beat them. That was the response to Pearl Harbor. Terrorist attack upon terrorist attack upon terrorist attack upon terrorist attack. And our reaction is sad, obvious, like this is terrible, and this loss of human life is really awful. And our reaction is that. And our reaction leads us to do concerts and vigils and all of these things that are beautiful, memorials, and absolutely should happen. But we've taken that reaction and said, that's our response. Had that been the response to Pearl Harbor, we would have lost the war. Because that's not a response. That doesn't let the person know who perpetrated this that that's not going to be okay, and that instead of us crumbling and accepting defeat, we're saying, no, forget that, we're going to go and beat you. Like, that's a response. That's how you respond to a situation like that. At least that's the only way you can respond that's going to result in victory. And I think that is a problem that we have right now, is that we don't seem to have the stomach to actually respond as societies. I think some of the leaders of the different countries, some people get it, that you got to respond, you got to go beat these people. It's the only thing they respect. But as a society, we actually even go the opposite direction. Our reaction to these attacks is to say, no, don't go and respond. Don't go and do anything. And, you know, these are just a couple of isolated things. It's not. Absolutely not. And that's not a response that's going to result in anything besides more attacks. Now, again, this is not in any way to take shots at the event, the concert. It was beautiful, and it was wonderful to see. But I wanted to make a comment that, like, I want to make sure that, and I hope that we don't confuse a reaction with the response, and think that somehow these continued reactions and concerts and memorials and these beautiful reactions are actually a good response, are actually something that's going to stop future terrorist attacks. And that's not how this is going to work. That's not how it works. These people are insane. Only thing they respond to is strength. Just some thoughts. Told you it was going to go long. My apologies. See you tomorrow.